Now, we're going to learn how to make singular nouns in the plural forms. It's not a very complicated issue, simply because it all depends on memorization. Let's start first by learning a couple of things about plural nouns in Arabic. First, Arabic plural nouns follow a certain pattern. They are not spontaneously created or made. Those words follow a certain pattern. Two, as I said before, it all depends on memorization. A lot of times, you may try to make a word follow a certain rule. However, that is not necessarily the case all the time. You might simply need just to memorize. 3. Making plural nouns in Arabic distinguishes between human nouns and non-human nouns. Human nouns are those nouns that are related or refer to human beings. Non-human nouns are those that are referring to animals, objects, and things, and ideas, and everything else. All right, let's begin. So Arabic plural nouns are categorized into 3. 2 of the 3 refer to human nouns, and 1 refers to non-human. Let's first talk about the 2 human nouns. The first category of plural nouns is called human sound masculine plurals. Why sound? Sound refers to the fact that in this category, the nouns are, or the stem of the nouns is still the same. And what you basically add is a suffix at the end. Let's take the word Jordanian. Jordanian is Urduni. Urduni. If I want to say Jordanians, and Urduni refers to a human masculine noun, what I simply do is keep the E and add un, or another choice would be to add in. Why un and why in? It's a grammatical rule. Each one of them serves or has a grammatical function that we can talk about later. All right, when do I use the masculine human plurals? There are 3 instances or situations when we can use the masculine sound human plural. 1 is when I have a nisba adjective. A nisba adjective. Let's go back maybe a couple of weeks earlier. And those adjectives that are made out of nouns. So for example, the word America, USA, in order to say American, I would say Ameriki. So Ameriki is a nisba adjective. Whenever I have a nisba adjective, this is when I say, all right, I'm going to add un or in order to say American. The second instance or situation when you should use un or in order to make a noun plural, that is when a noun or an adjective actually, start with ma or no. So for example, the word مشغول, meaning busy, starts with ma, مشغول. مشغول means busy. I can say Ali مشغول, Khalid مشغول. And you know how the adjectives always have to follow how the nouns are. Now, if I have a noun that is plural and masculine, my adjective needs to always be masculine and plural. And that only applies when the noun is human. Going back to our example, مشغول. If I want to say, for example, that the students are busy. الطلاب مشغولون. I add un or in, depending on the grammatical function. The third situation where I can use the human sound masculine plurals, and that is when I have an adjective describing a human being that ends with an. Examples on that: تعبان, tired. جوعان, hungry. عطشان, thirsty. So if I want to say, for example, that the students are cold or feeling cold, I would say الطلاب بردانون. Let's now talk about the second human sound plurals, and that is the feminine. Any word that is ending with a ta marbuta, whether it's a human or sometimes non-human, and that's an irregularity, by the way. If it ends with ta marbuta, you simply remove the ta marbuta and add the suffix at. Let's look at the example. أردنية. أردنية. أردنية means Jordanian, who is a female. In order for me to say Jordanians, who are females, this is what I do. Urduni. I remove the ta marbuta and instead I add at. Another example would be Ustada, meaning teacher, female teacher. Pluralizing that would be Ustadat. Did you get that right? Now our third category, and that is the one that is kind of the irregular, or the one that does not follow any rules. And it's called broken plurals. جمع التكسير. تكسير means breaking. And why is it breaking? Take a guess. I won't make you wait so long. جمع التكسير, broken plurals, broken, that is referring to the stem of the word. The stem of the word in the broken plurals would be broken, and that is we either add certain letters in between the stem plus adding a suffix, so it would actually kind of mess up with the stem of the word. Examples on them. Now here's the thing, this is when you need to work on your memorization skills. Simply because there is no rule where you would say, oh, this word follows a broken plural. So broken plurals have multiple patterns. The best way to memorize the words is to group them in those patterns. Examples: lesson, ders, lessons, دروس. Season, فصل, seasons, فصول. House, بيت, houses, بيوت. As you can see, all of the plurals, بيوت, دروس, فصول. As you can see, all the plurals go under a specific type of pattern, and that is called فعول. Alright, let's look at another pattern so that you can see a difference in the sound. And this pattern is called أفعال. Boy is ولد, boys, أولاد. Friend, صاحب, friends, أصحاب. Child, طفل, children, أطفال.
بنت بنات ولد أولاد سيارة سيارات طاولة طاولات قلم أقلام كتاب كتب شباك شبابيك كرسي كراسي قصة قصص